Oh, welcome back, everyone, to, well, some more Farming Sim. We're moving right along, actually. We are, we are actually getting busy on it, in a matter of speaking. We still have Field 8 to take off, which we do have combines moving over there. We are going to set up, well, that's convenient. We are going to set up the potatoes guy right away. He's gonna start just chipping away over here. My truck is gonna have to move. This guy right here, this Fandango, this lovely Fandango, he's moving. So yeah, we are getting out of this field one way or another. Do believe my map is buggered off, but that's alright. Yeah, he's got to move along with a few others. And we might as well move past what I've been working on for the last couple days. That barn wasn't working. We could not, for the life of us, ever figure out how to actually use it for the barn. So we got rid of the barn. I'm a freaking idiot. I'm an absolute freaking idiot. Unlike the other one, why am I even worrying about having the headers? I could just literally drive down the road with this. I still have the pipe out too. Holy crap. Noob farmer coming through. Noob farmer. Don't mind the noob farmer. We haven't quite figured out how life works. Just the noob farmer. Oh, that's way easier. I'm actually going to set this guy up going back and forth on the back side of the 8. The big guy's going to run the front side. But yeah, let's go take a look to see what I have been up to. What I'm up to for Warren to be. To be or not to be? That is the ultimate question to be asking. Oh, tasty. So, yeah, so a few things have been going on, like real life going on. And by that I mean lots of things actually. My personal life has been going on as of late. Part of me is crying it deep down inside because I didn't want to have to do it, but I knew full well I had to. Like, I didn't want to, but I had to. I'm getting rid of one of my work trucks, and for a lot of people that you'd probably go, so? This thing has been with me basically, and this is the reason why has so much sentimental value to me and so much meaning, is this was the first main work truck I ever bought for myself, for my business. It's been along with me for the journey of pretty much almost the entirety of me running my business. I bought it about 2 years after I started my business, and I was using a small work truck for it, and I found out that no, I needed something more appropriate for the work I was doing. So I bought a 1-ton cube van, and yeah, this thing's a legacy. This thing is, it is one of a kind. The auction I took it to, I know the owner really well, and she said, to be honest with you, you could probably sell it as a collection item because it's kind of one of those weird, rare beasts that I'll go into details for it in a second. So yeah, this thing has been with me since nearly day one. Not quite, but you could say nearly day one. It has been my baby. Yeah, I'll go into detail in a second here. So anyways, yeah, this work truck. It is a 1 ton cube van, but it's a heavy one. And I mean, this thing is a beast. Full 16 and a half foot box. Pull out ramp, the whole 9 yards. The one thing that makes it more unique and more genuine is what it is. Like this. For starters, let's go into the inside. So yeah, I'll go off in a second here, but let's quickly go over what we have here. I put the elevator up, so we're gonna try this thing out up here. I don't know if the chute actually does let you offload like this. Possibly, I'm not really sure. I got my box cars here, so I rebuilt this, and with this mod, you can actually get a yard. So I put this in. And we got a couple bins over here that we could put stuff in as well. Extra storage as it is. And besides the flat deck, which I haven't figured out how I'm getting stuff on it. We do now have a place to fuel up and maintain our equipment, which is, oddly enough, actually kind of exciting. So yeah, that's the main thing here. Going back to it, the cube van. The first main thing that happened to it is my buddy's a truck driver, and he said, "Hey, would you like some seats for your cube van?" I said, "I mean, it comes with cloth seats." And he goes, "No, these are leather air ride out of my old Mack truck. They should fit in your cube van." I'm going, "Really?" Yeah. So they're powered air ride seats, leather air ride seats for it. Then the second thing is I used to do recycling all the time, electronic recycling. And I got a... How do I put this? I got a free amplifier and 4 speakers. And the guy dropped it off and it was like, I don't know, man. These things don't work. Yeah, can you recycle it? I went, yeah, okay. So I sat this thing on the bench. I looked at it and went, this is a brand spanking new Alpine amplifier and 4 speakers. All you need to do is plug in the head unit, right? And I'm going, wow, for shits and giggles, I'm going to try this damn thing, right? So I unplug it. I plug it into the other. And just into a battery that I had. I think it was a 9-volt. And I went, yeah, it seems to be dead, but it lit right up. It came on. It's just nothing coming to the speakers. I look on the back of the stupid thing, and it was like 2-channel, 4-channel, 6-channel, 8-channel. Well, you got 4 speakers, so let's try 4, because it was on like 2. I went, click. Nice, clean, crystal clear music coming out. I'm going, oh, that's the dumbest thing ever. But I mean, it worked beautifully. So then I have this stupid thing and I'm going, well, the hell am I going to put it in this truck? I don't have a glove box in this truck. Well, that's just barren space. So I took the dashboard apart, looked at it, and realized pretty quickly that, yeah, no, there was definitely no freaking glove box, but there was a lot of room underneath there. So, yep, guess where the amplifier went. And it's hilarious because, I mean, you turn that thing up loud enough, you can feel the music. And it was crystal clear. Like it was mighty, mighty brilliant. So yeah, no. Anyways, going back to it, the truck has a kick-ass sound system. It has leather air-ride seats, but there is a party feature of this truck that was just extra special. And I know there's probably a few people out there that's going, "What? Yeah, I did say it was a little bit extra special." And yes, I'm aware I gotta haul this down, but I also need to get into my other truck. Oh, should be that guy, so I can offload the potato boy. Yeah, no, it was extra special. So I had a rear seal go out on the backside of the engine, and of course this is a cube van, so you don't have really the option, you could say, to work with. Not easily, anyways. You have to pull the whole engine to be able to get at anything. So that's what we did. We pulled the engine. So, anyways, buddy of mine, my mechanic, he goes, "Hey, yeah, we got to pull the engine to do this. I'm quoting you like $5,000 to do the work." And I said, "Well, I get it. You got to take the whole front end off. You got to pull the engine transmission with it. You got to break stuff up. You got to do this. You got to do that." I went, "Yeah, I totally get it, dude. I am with you. I mean, it sucks that I have to do it, because I mean that's a pretty hefty hit, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he says, "Hang on, I have an idea." And he wanders away, comes back and goes, "So we've had this wrecked Corvette out back for like 6 months, going on to a year. We can't get a hold of the guy. The guy's disappeared. The cops signed it over to us saying it's an abandoned vehicle. It's ours now." He goes, "The reason why Dad and I haven't got rid of it is because the engine is still good in it. So it's still a very good engine. It's just the rest of the car is wrecked and we're out a bunch of money, so we're not really going to do anything with it." And I went, "Yeah, okay, I get it." He says, "It's a LS6 with a supercharger." I went, "Okay." He says, "It's bolt-on ready for your cube van." I went, "You're kidding me." He goes, "No." He says, "If I could pull that engine out without any issues whatsoever," he says, "if it'll go in your van, I will charge you $500 for doing it." I went, "What about my other engine?" He says, "What about it? It's an old 6-liter Vortec versus a LS6. He goes, "There's no question." Yeah, okay. I mean, is the truck robbed from power? Yeah, pretty much. And I say that because it's got 410 gearing in it, and with a 600 horsepower engine, yeah, it's even though she rumbles and howls beautifully, and I mean, it does have a pretty good pick up and go. Like, I mean, it is the fastest cube van you ever did see. It kind of is robbed of its power potential. Oh, and I did ship it too. Pretty much every vehicle I've ever owned is that within like the first 2 months of owning it, there's a chip done to it. I don't waste time on that. It's like, I know what a chip does. Screw it. It's going in. I am putting a chip in my unit. Because, actually, the only vehicle I think I haven't chipped was my 88 Sonoma. My '02 Sonoma it was chipped. I did a port and polish on it. Did oversized rings. Not direct injection. That was just regular fuel injection, but I also did a cold air injection for the airflow, and that was a MagnaFlow cold air injection system I put in that. The Nissan I had, that one I also did the cold air injection, chipped it, and blew the engine. Apparently you shouldn't do that with them. That what was it? I think it was a 5.4 that was in that one. You shouldn't play with fire with that, because that engine was never designed for that much power. When I say power, that was entirely a goof on my part. Did I have to pay for the engine though? No, I did not. It was still covered under warranty. What I did was I took all the mods off before I took it in. The mechanic knew. He goes, this was chipped beforehand, wasn't it? And I went, maybe. I did put it back to default, and he goes, yeah, but the default that you put it back to wasn't the default these come with, so I know what you were doing. And I went, crap. And he says, don't worry, I'm not going to say anything to anyone. And he says, it's still under the manufacturer's warranty, so we're just going to go with that. I went, oh, okay, cool. And then, not more than about 3 weeks afterwards, I don't know what I went through my mind, but I went, screw it, I'm buying myself a different vehicle. I'm done with the fixing of stuff. I want something that's reliable that I don't have to fix for a while. So I bought the new GMC. And yes, the cube van too. And I've had numerous other vehicles too, but that's a little different. One of which was actually a rally car. So yeah, no, it was. I've had an interesting time with vehicles. I will say that. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with vehicles. I mean, the Rally Sport wasn't actually my car. That one was a built ready monster. That its entirety of its purpose was to be trailered in. Was a rally car. We thrashed that. And that's all it was. That its entirety of its life was to drive like hell down a sprint or a rally track at warp speed, and then at the end of the day go through it with fine-tooth comb, put it back in the trailer, and drive it home. It didn't do much else than that. So I mean, yeah, okay. Kind of like a whoopsies at that point, but I mean, we did have a few whoopsies with it. Somehow, I remember because I was always the driver, right? I remember we were doing this one sprint, and I had my navigator with me, and and do the whole 5 over crest, right, 100, and then yada yada yada. Well, I came up over this crest, and I swear he said 5 over crest right, and then dip, and then a hard left, like basically 2R or 2L, and I went okay, and my brain went, he's been wrong so far. I should be able to hit this one at full speed. Wrong. He was right. I went over the crest and went, holy crap, there's a tree in my way. Landed, hit the brakes hard, managed to hit the emergency. I slid sideways, hit the tree, and my navigator, without lifting his head, without saying a freaking word, just still at with his clipboard went, I don't remember telling you to hit the tree. Oh crap, that was funny as hell. I mean, straight faced everything. He goes, I don't remember telling you to slam sideways into the tree. And I'm going, whoops. I wonder if it still drives. Brum, brum, brum. Yep, does. Finish the rest of the fucking race as a banana. I mean, I smoked the tree. I think I came over the crest at about, I was pushing about probably 70 or 80 kilometers an hour. And I mean, when he said 2L, I'm going, I should be able to hit this at 80, no problem. No. Those are good times though, but that the team fell apart when the guy that owned it passed away, and then the navigator that I always had, which was the straight-faced lunatic Swede, nicest guy you ever met. I can't remember what all happened, but I know he lost his life. Something, I can't remember all the details, so I won't say anything, but he was killed in a car accident. I can't remember all the details. It was quite traumatic, and I think I kind of blacked out a few details of it. It was a really bad accident, and we all went to the scene afterwards, and it was like, I mean, there was, you hope that he was going to just bounce out of that, no problem, and he would live. No, for what we saw on the road, no, it was impossible. And we to this day don't know if it was him or if it was the other driver, because it was very suspicious. But I digress. I'm not going to go into too many details. Like I said, I can't remember all the details. There's no point in saying it. So yeah, I haven't raced with that team since they basically liquidated about 14 years ago. And I mean, I had a lot of fun times with those guys. They were fantastic crew. And I mean, we did rally sport, we did ice lake racing, we did dune racing in southern Alberta. I did a lot of the racing myself too. I mean, the old guy had saw a lot in me, and he figured I was a good race car driver, so he always got me in stuff. The biggest thing though, I can honestly say this: I have never, in my years of racing and running and stuff, I've actually never been stock car racing. Which, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I've never done stock car racing. Ever. I've done demo derbies. Never stock car racing. I don't know. I just never had the opportunity to do it, so I guess I've just never done it. Which is a shame because, I mean, that would be the ultimate of fun. Now, do I still remember all the stuff I learned while racing? Yeah, yeah. Every once in a while, there's a little part of that that comes out, and I mean, it wasn't that long ago. I had one of my friends that was, oh fuck, it was yesterday. Duh. What it was? Well, it's a friend. Helped him. I took my truck to the auction, but I helped him haul a cedar in as well, and this is actually quite funny. We're on the way back without it, and had to pick up my truck so I could, go up north, pick up my cube van, then haul it down, right? So I'm coming back, right, and I'm driving his truck. Well, his truck is another one of those unicorns that is magical and rare, and I say that because, well, it's exactly like my 3/4 ton in every way other than one major issue. The 3-liter Whipple supercharger he put on it. So the little race car driver popped up on my shoulder and went, "Hey dude, you need to totally try this on this hill." And I did. With him hanging on for dear life on his door and going, "You son of a bitch." Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm not going to say the speed that I hit. I'm not going to incriminate myself. It was perfectly legal. It was still within bounds. But the way I did it, the way I hit that corner, and cut it, yeah, that was the scary part. Because I mean, on one side of it, you're looking at a 40-foot drop, and I cut that corner beautifully. I'm just gonna check. I'm just using Streamlabs right now for the chat window. So if you guys are talking and I miss anything, bear with me. I will double check. But it looks like we're all hunky dunky and good. We all hunky dunky. Oh, hunky dunky. Hey, that's the first time I actually saw my freaking follow buttons working. Hey, that's cool. I like that. I really do like that. That's slick. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to incriminate myself. I didn't break the speed limit. In no shape or form did I break the speed limit. It was the way I took the corner. Because I do, even if I cut the edge and I went just a little bit too far, I had the power to get out of the situation. So it was like, don't mind if I try this, do you? Try what? You have a pre-warning before I did it, like quarter second. So yeah, no, it was a bit magical. I mean, I really do miss the good old days. So yeah, um, I can't remember how many races I did. There was too many to count, or too many for me to remember. That's probably a better way to put it. There's just way too many for me to remember, and I can't for the life of me remember all of that we did. We only did 2 demo derbies, and that was, I remember him saying, something along the lines of, well, our parts cars, because we used parts cars, we didn't use all parts all the time from the store. It ended up being way too expensive for that, so we ended up doing donor cars. You could say we bought a pile of donor cars. Like our main components, our main running gear and everything like that, that was all sport package, sport. So all of that was top end products that you could possibly get. But like your front lights or your doors, your main body panels in general, stuff like that. Yeah, that was all donor cars. So, yeah. It was definitely a very magical time that we, you know. I can't remember because it was not just our racing team. There's about 4 or 5 others that did the same thing. They used donor cars to fix their body panels or what have you. Did this, did that. So once we played with stuff, then it was basically like, well, there's no doors left on this thing, or there's no this, or there's no that. And it's like, what the hell do we do with this? Well, there's still a shitty engine inside of it. What are you getting at? Well, why don't you just thrash the bitch? Go out and have fun. Alright, okay. Yeah, we did. We didn't do it to, like, really hurt ourselves. I think the hardest impact was 5 kilometers an hour. Alright, so that one's offloaded. We're good there. And, yeah, so that's what we did with our leftover donors. I thought we just took the scrap dealer after our fun was over and crunch, squish, here's your $100 type thing again. We got a little bit more than that. Actually, the couple of them were, even though the engine blew into one, apparently revving it up in like first gear and trying to thrash it kind of destroys clutch, engine, and whatever else have you. But that's besides the point. So we took it to the fire hall actually, and they used it as a practice car for numerous things. I think even the Jaws of Life, they did a course on it and whatnot. So I mean, in that regards, our donor cars paid for themselves tenfold, and in the end still helped somebody, maybe potentially save a life down the road, right? So nothing against that. There was one day we did have to basically scrap our main rally, and that was a hard day for me. That was an extremely hard day for me. That was my first rally car. That was my baby, you could say. I wasn't driving. I was not driving. Thankfully, though, the roll cage and everything really prevented any major injuries from the other driver that was driving in my stead, because I had to work that day. And he was by far a better driver than I was, to be fully honest. But yeah, no, thankfully it was minor bruises and scrapes and whatnot, so that was nothing too major. I mean, we did wear fire retardant suits when we were racing. We wore helmets. We had full neck braces. We had a full roll cage, 5-point suspension. I mean, even though this was basically backwoods rally, which was sanctioned by the cops, because I mean, we didn't do anything without them knowing about it. Because I mean, yes, why is this road closed off? Well, they're doing rallying. Yeah, no, they knew. They did know, so. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that he was in a really, really bad scrape up on that one. I'm surprised the all he got was a bruise and scrape. Um, the lower control arm, I think it was, snapped in half. And I mean, no fault to anyone. I mean, how the hell would you ever, and I do mean this honestly, how the hell would you ever know that there was going to be a problem with the lower control arm? Even if there's a hairline fracture, how are you ever going to see it? So, I mean, again, no fault to the driver, no fault to the mechanics, nothing. So yeah, he was on a dead end straight, I think. What we call a dead end straight. Basically, it's like 300 to 400 or longer. It could have been even 800 meters. That was a straight frickin' stretch. And why we call it a dead end is because that stretch had basically like a correction line, and you had to dart and zigzag over. Well, it snapped about 200 feet before that frickin' corner, and he went blazing off the end. And of course, there was a pretty good deep ditch there. He went blazing off the edge, hit that friggin' ditch, flipped over end. Some say it was about 4 frickin' times, and then landed on his roof. Luckily enough, the scrutineers, like, I mean, again, it wasn't necessarily professional, but I mean, we had scrutineers, we had medical staff out there, we have fire guys. I mean, it was like within a few minutes, like maybe a minute, maybe two at the most, that these guys showed up, and it was like, yeah, get him out, yada yada yada. And basically, once they dusted him off, he got up on his own feet and went, yeah, okay, that was fun. All right, he seems fine. I mean, yeah, they did check him out. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we're going to take this guy's word for it. He was just in a major accident, but yeah, we'll take his word. No. Yeah, so that was a hard day, because that car was entirely totaled. There was no salvaging parts off that one. Especially after the stress of what that happened, no, there was no outcome for that. So that one got scrapped. And I think he made actually quite a bit off that. I mean, even the engine, that 4-banger with that twin turbo, yeah, again, he had the insurance for it, so I mean, the insurance did pay for it. What happened? Well, he was in an accident. Oh, okay. He was in a racing accident. The insurance does cover racing, considering that's purpose built. So yeah, that was not an issue. They just went, yeah, okay, build another one. Here you go. So yeah, it was definitely, like I said, we had a lot of fun years ago. So I mean, I can't really say, I can't say too much. I can, but I mean, I shouldn't. Again, we had a lot of fun doing dumb stuff. Safe, but dumb stuff. I think I said it before, the ice lake racing. This was probably my 6th or 7th race on the lake. I mean, when we say ice lake racing, it seems when you're out there that you're driving at Mach 1, but to be honest with you, you can't really get up to speed too fast because, I mean, you're on a friggin' lake on ice, alright? You can frickin' thrash as much as you want. At the end of the day, you're still not going very fast. I think at the most, I think we might have been able to get up to 80 kilometers an hour at one point on one track, but most of the time it's like 60 if you're lucky. And it was like, yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, no. Alright, I would have to say Potato Boy is probably full again. Yeah, so anyways, the one like Ice Lake racing. I was actually in front. This was the first race that I was ever in first. Most of the time I usually was in like fourth, maybe fifth, most of the time third, or like good. I was in third a fair bit too, and rarely in second, never in first. This race, I somehow, due to I think other guys being having breakdowns, I managed to sneak into first. Well, we're on the last lap. The checkered flag, it was waved when we went through the first one, so, well, not really waved, but you know, he pulls it out and sticks it on his little stand, and if he does that, you know you're on the last lap. And you're going, okay, cool. I can do this, right? I'm out in front by actually a fair bloody distance, right? So I mean, yeah, I'm not doing too bad here, right? I got probably a good 20, maybe 30 seconds where I'm out. Like I'm out in front by a good 20, 30 seconds, which on the lake is pretty much like half lap. So, yeah, somehow I'm magically out in front, and it's like, alright, I could do this. I cut the corner just a little too much, and I hit a ridge, and I flipped. As I'm scooting across my frickin' dome, the first thing that went off my head is, well, that's par for the course. Always, I'm out in front. You know damn well I'm not going to stay there because, yep, you just had to cut that much more, and you know that's what's going to happen. You farking idiot. Yes and no. I mean, still funny, but yes and no. Now, did I finish the lap in first? Yes, that was my first race on the lake that I ever won. And as dumb as it is, it's it's one for the memory books because this is one of those things you just can't make up. Like, I know I hit the ridge, I flipped, I was skating on my roof, and I'm thinking to myself, going, yeah, this went horribly wrong. And at the same time, it came over on the walkie-talkie that was glued on the dashboard. We didn't have freaking headsets back then. It was a freaking walkie-talkie. Yeah, it came on and said, you won. And I went, what? How? Well, turns out that was the last ridge. You only had to go about maybe 50 feet for passing the checkered flag. I skated across the checkered flag and the ribbon on my roof, completely oblivious that I did so. Oh, that was freaking amazing. Like I said, there are times that of things I remember, and one of the other times, I told my mom that, and she basically went to the grave with a lot of this stuff, right? I think she knew that what I was doing. She just didn't want to believe that her baby was doing things like this. Like, I mean, I started doing racing when I was 16, alright? Some parents would probably go, no. My mom, however, she went, because I said, okay, well, the couple of times I went, hey, there's this rally that's going on. Do you think you could drive me and I could watch it and stuff? And she goes, yeah, okay, no problem. Just let me know when it's over. So she dropped me off and married on the way. It wasn't entirely truthful because I was actually the driver. And then one time she found out because I came home with a racing helmet and the freaking high vis fire suit and that, and she goes, "You're not just watching, are you? You're actually racing." And I figured for sure that, all right, I'm a dead man. I know I pushed my luck too far. I'm dead. And I went, yes, I'm racing. It's a close course. There's safety involved. There's firefighters. There's ambulances. There's cops. We're on. It's very safe. I said, there's hardly ever any major injuries, which was actually true. The times that we were out, there was maybe one person that was ever airlifted, and that was a fluke thing. Other than that, no, it was quite rare that anybody actually ever got really severely hurt. I mean, a few broken arms and legs once in a while, because, people were stupid. When they're rolling over, they put their arm out thinking they can prevent a car from rolling. No, that's not how that works. So, yeah, no. Things like that, happen. And, alcohol was a factor a lot of the time back then, too, so say what you will. But, yeah, no, I figured I was a dead man when she found out, and I said, well, this, what's going on, this, and this, and she goes, okay, are you having fun? And I went, I'm having a blast. She goes, cool. And I said, you're not upset? She goes, a little upset that you didn't tell me at first, but she says, no, probably one of the best things you could ever do is learn how to, handle a vehicle properly, and you'll be safe. And she wasn't wrong. Necessarily right either, but not wrong. So, yeah, no, it was... I learned how to do things in a vehicle that probably most of the planet takes for granted. And, I used to watch Canada's Worst Driver and stuff, and you're watching these people and you go, holy crap, they're sharing the roads with me. And then it dawns on me going, well, holy crap, I don't get in accidents and stuff when necessarily speed. Actually, I don't. When I'm on the public roadworks, I don't. 2 reasons, actually. 1, fuel costs more. 2, wear and tear on a vehicle. Got to be sensible in both those things. If you're in a purpose-built car, that's a little different, but, there's merits for either side, right? But no, it scares me to think that a lot of these people are out and about driving, and they don't have the due care and attention. I actually talked to one police officer one time, and I said, so I have a question for you. And he goes, yeah, okay, no problem. What's your question? I said, well, here's the thing. I'm just going to cut across. With all these accidents and everything else, a lot of it is in the wintertime because people don't know how to drive. I said, what if the lake was strong enough, or what if there's a big enough pad that we flood, that we have, like, workshops, like safe zones where people can learn how to drive properly on ice? They thought it was a brilliant idea. That's as far as it got. I honestly would love to see workshops where People could learn how to safely drive on ice and learn how to handle their vehicle better. Just general senses. I know there's driver's education, but driver's education lets kids drive around. It doesn't necessarily teach them um, how to do J turns or how to do dumb shit, but on a safe course. Like we all learned, and I mean I can say it because I learned different ways too. It's like okay, um, well, going back to rallying, right? I learned how to do J turns. Why? Because sometimes it's one of those rare abilities that you may never use in your entire life. But if you know how to do it, that could be the difference between a major accident and, well, geez, I accidentally put myself in the ditch, but I didn't have a head on collision. So, there are circumstances. But having the knowledge to do it if you had to, I think is the biggest factor. So, I mean, doing, I guess you could consider it stunt driving. By knowing how physics works and by knowing how to do certain things, I think that would be major, major positivity for people to skills to know and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying teach everyone to be a freaking race car driver so they know how to do the autobahn on a freaking highway. Uh, there's limitations to to some of these aspects. So I mean, yeah, certain people, it doesn't matter how much you can train them and how much they absorb or whatnot. If they're a blithering idiot when it comes to driving and they've done all these courses and stuff, there's no hope for them. Just don't let them drive. For the safety of all those around them, don't let them drive. Just there really is a few people that just should never have a license. And yeah, I get there's a lot of people that are trying to get a job or have a job and trying to get from point A to point B and things like that. But nowadays there's other options. I mean, back when I started, yeah, maybe not so much, but and off he goes, and out of the field I go. Now I'm going to have to pause this and go to the bathroom real quick because I have a weird warming sensation happening, which means I have to go poo. Uh, Not a word of a lie either. So I mean, I'm going to pause this real quick after it saves, and I'm going to use facilities for 5-10 minutes. So bear with me. I'm not dead yet. Just got to go to the bathroom. Ah, that was just as I expected. With even a possibility of even worse. That could have been. That could have been dangerous. Oh crap. Oh, he's got enough in it to dump now. Okie dokie. Yeah, I was starting to float. And that is not the right float. When the gurgle monsters come on. The gurgle monsters come on. And that one was an outright gurgle monster. Yeah, say what you will about eating a medium rare steak. It was freaking fantastic, but she cleans the colon. Like, cleans the whiffle. And boy, oh boy, was it ever. But for odd circumstance, all of a sudden I feel like I'm 10 pounds lighter. And I know there's probably a pile of people who are going, I shouldn't be eating medium rare steaks. Well done steak doesn't taste right. Alright? You can call me a heathen. I know what I am. Alright, this might be fun. Doink. Can I get closer? Apparently not. Now we're over here. There we go. That's what I need to do. Alright, so yep, he's full. Probably either the case or the other one. I mean, I have a full freaking truck. This ditch is deeper. Very deep little ditch. Alright, one of these contracts should freaking finish one of these times. I mean, I should be really, really close on this one. Not quite. Maybe this one. Maybe this one I shall be. Maybe. Possibly. You know that elevator is actually fairly tall. I didn't realize that before. Driving along. That thing is probably equally as tall as that one. I mean, it holds... What the hell did it say? 1 million? 1 million in varying grains? Well, I mean, it is an old elevator. That is exactly what I wanted, too. I wanted an old elevator. You know how long it took me to find an old frickin' elevator? Very long time. I don't think it's a selling point, because I think it's just an elevator. Let's take a look. Set good fabric? Oh yes, that's the seed mill. Right, okay. Old general mill, grain mill, yada yada yada, okie dokie. Okay, did we actually get close on that one now? Eh. No. No, we're still not there yet. Yeah, I don't know which one's full. I'm suspecting it's the Tater Boy again. Tater's there. Well, actually, no, they're both full. I don't know which one's which, but they're both full. I do like the new railway, though. What we set up. That one works better than what the building does. At least, who cares if I don't have a barn to put stuff in? I have a yard now that works. I know I gotta send stuff up to Blumengart here shortly, so. Alright, I've got to put this actually in the field. Alright, combine's right there, so that's not so bad. We shall go dump the combine since the tractor's right here. And we'll hop over, do potatoes, boy. Do the taters, boy! I'd buy a taters machine, but the problem is they are expensive. Like, brutally expensive. I should actually finish my outside round, because that's what I'm working on, is my outside round. Alright, well, I don't have to worry about him once I dump. It's not in the way. And he has done a fair bit. Far enough. It's far enough. Taters, come get your potatoes. Where the hell is the tater wagon? Well, he ain't down there, so he's got to be down here. Ah, I found the taters wagon. Alright, just drive right on by. On the plus side, I can just dump and go. Dump and go? Give him the maximum. There we go. Alright. Yeah, he's doing alright. Let's finish my outside round here. So then he's out of the way. I don't want him overshooting and taking out stuff. Okay, now making the corner. Make the corner. Make the corner. And he successfully has made the corner. And down we go. Sweet. it's just bloody dandy now, isn't it? So we have a little bit left to do with that one. We should finish that one off soon. Doink. Yes, I'm working my way down here. He's there. So the pants are getting finished, just on the crotch there. He is working his way up there. That's still gonna be 6 more frickin' episodes before he's done that. Oh yeah, I mean, we're on a pretty good straight stretch here. What is a potatoes wagon cost these days? Where is the taters wagon? Oh, potato wagon. 600,000. Good thing the wheel set up is wheel set up in a standard. Just holy balls. Could you only imagine? Multiply another combine for that. I mean, if I had my own potato wagon. I hate potatoes. They pay good. They pay really good. But I frickin' hate doing them, alright? They're not my cup of tea. They're kind of like an Earl Grey. Dark and mystic. I still have my pipe out. Just driving along. Got my pipe hanging out. It's like having the... It's like taking a leak outside and then you realize your fly isn't done as you go down. Not really a care in the world because the only one that's upset about the fly being open is pretty much everyone looking at you. You yourself, you don't really care. When the barn door's open, the horses might escape, but, well, ain't much of a purebred or thoroughbred anymore anyway, so, what's the matter? I think I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to make it all the way around, I think, on this fill up. Sweet. Well, it'll be friggin' close, but I mean, the end of the field is right there, so. That's not bad, that is hunky-dunky. It is very hunky-dunky. Okay, worker J is done. Which one's worker J? Oh, it actually says on it. Right. Okay. It's him. Alright, well, I'll need a dump too. Soon. And... let's put the pipe back out. Should finish... With this main load, we should finish entirely with the other contract. So we get paid for that one. That's 52,000 into old pants pocket. And we only have this one to worry about to finish. And this one, I think, is already 50% frickin' hauled. Since it goofed. 98, 99. I don't know if we're going to make it. I think it's going to... Yep. Crap. We came close. It's right there. Oh, here's... Here's these hacks. Yep. That is the weapon I want. I don't even have to worry about supper tomorrow night. So I gotta say, I got a couple of top sirloin steaks, right? And this package was 30% off in the bargain bin, but it actually looked like fairly decent meat. Like, it wasn't, they didn't put this on the shelf. It wasn't, like, dyed red. It was actually freshly cut that day, and they're, pawning it off before they have to throw it away. So I got these two top turloin steaks for like $15. I wasn't bad because I mean, and they're tasty as all get out. They are really nice steaks. Um, so yeah, I mean, not the best cut. Maybe that's why it was 30% off. It wasn't the best cut, but for $15, I get 2 meals out of it. So that's $7.50 a steak. Hey, that's reasonable. I mean, I'm not unhappy by that. I can have steak dinner for $7.50 a friggin' steak. Then when you add a couple spuds in the mix for some baked spuds, well, shit. I basically had supper for under $10 Canadian. I can live with that. Certainly can't go to a restaurant to get that. And I mean, I know how I cook, so to me it was like, yeah, okay, well, tasted good. Tasted real good. I got nothing to complain about. Why is my combine drifting backwards? Oh, that'd be the reason. Can I? There we go. It just had to bump it past. We're all good. There we go. $190. I'm not even gonna friggin' question. That's not bad. Alright. Because I don't really trust Streamlabs. Oh, actually it's alright. It appears to be hunky dunky again. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Oops, crap. I'm gonna do this. Instead. That'll work. Alright, well, I'm going to pull this guy into this section, and then I'm going to grab the tractor again. Big beast that doesn't take very long for it to chew through all the ground it needs to. We might actually get some rain. Maybe. I probably jinxed it. Probably not. Yep, 46,000. We have enough. Worker J. Well, we'll have more than enough because Worker J is the boy. Oh, we did get. We got the whole entire outside round done, so that's the only main thing I really care about. Hey, Botsy, are you, boy? Oh, there he is. I see him. Let's offload this boy. I'm coming. I'm coming. Boy, you know I'm a coming. Do you ever have it where you're sitting on the frickin' chair and your underwear decides to find a new place for it to run around on? Yeah, that's a weird feeling. I'm not getting out of this one because I gotta go freaking dump this thing in the, I was gonna say lagoon, that ain't right. You gotta drop it in the lagoon. Alright, 60,000 liters. Here we go. There's already a good percentage down this frickin' field. Oh, I know I am burping garlic. This guy, there's no garlic on the steak. What? Why am I burping garlic? I remember now. As everyone goes, well, okay. Are you going to tell us? Yeah, okay, I'm working up to it. Besides the steak, I had potatoes, right? I had baked potatoes. My baked potatoes, I like to put the Caesar dressing on. Adds a little bit extra, flair. So, my flair has garlic in it. That's why I'm burping garlic. And actually, that's probably the reason why I had to go to the bathroom, was probably due to the garlic, not the steak. Garlic does that to me. It has a unusual ability to clean me out. Right, well, he's offloading. This guy's on the complete utter end. So I got 2 trucks to haul. This one will be full too. Okay, I admit he is getting further. I can't remember what the function for the map is. It's annoying because I really should have the map blinking. There we go. I know there's a specific button for it. And I will be increasingly in this guy's way in about 30 seconds. There we go. I have to go down the road with this guy, so... Oh, that's the bridge edge. Yeah, yes, kids, this is the reason why you don't text and drive. Texting and driving is very bad. And the boing. Alright, I'm just going to leave him there for a second. He's already 88%. Okay, I could have done that. That's right, I can do this. Worker J is full of grain. Again. Well, hang on, Worker J. Alright, make sure I go in the right one. Okay, make my left. Then make my the other left. Right. Alright, a little bit further. There we go. Aha! 37% of field 8. That's a good thing. Alright, let's go. Boop. So I only had 37% hauled. But that means, I mean, we still have a lot to take off. So, I mean, I'm not too bad there. We do have this one done. It was 58,000. We're going to collect it. Guess what? I mean, hang on. No, that'd be too much effort. And see where I was thinking. Worker H is nearly full again. I'd say there's got to be a better way about doing it, but fortunately, I think this is the only way. Okay. Wrong truck for that. I am definitely going to have to put fuel in this thing and definitely fix it. Guess I could drive that way. If I can turn sharp enough to do it. Turn around right now. Alright, so since the tractor is here, oh, so the front carriage is actually full. That front carriage is actually full. Full. We had a lot of grain in this friggin' cart. Alright, so this guy, I'll get offloading. Then I'll go back, pick up the Taters boy. He's over on Who's It's there offloading. Maybe I might be able to, without starting the locomotive, not that it would matter, sits idle or running or not, it don't matter. I can fill a car. Well, I do have to start it to do this. I'm on the wrong car. Taters. Cool, so he's filling up. Hey fella, you're filling up. You know, I've thought about it. When it's comes time to loading and offloading, anything like that, I might just leave the move the flat car over and put the big diesel engine by the pumps and just use the little switcher to do the obviously switching. Side, I don't have to go near as far anymore. That was another 157,000. You gotta remember, I have about 600, 700,000 over on the other to move yet. That was the other thing, is I'm going to actually move it. I think I am going to move it. But the biggest thing is, what I'm going to probably do, just saying this, just saying, is take that JCB with that cart that we got, because this is a lease, and we start trucking stuff. Okay, he's 48%. That's the right one. No, he's not full yet. He will be soon. He's 60%, we're good. Yeah, the JCB Fast Track, that's the unit. I think it does 65 kilometers an hour. I don't know how many things we can do over there, but this thing's got girly horn. Still not as fast as 120 the other thing does, but 65 is impressive by itself. Well, we actually actually got a lot done. Now Jay is getting full. Meal harvest. Well, I mean, at least people are getting happy. We're getting things done. Got one major contract actually done. Actually, there's that actually again. I'm actually 45,000 up. Construction costs versus sold buildings plus what we've got for the grants have basically balanced themselves out. We've spent exactly as much as we made. Basically, I have a mod. It's not cheaty money. Basically, it writes it in as I missed my fucking thing. It writes it in as a physical grant. All right, hop over. This is not the greatest spot for this, but I mean, we'll make it work. Taters, 587,000. Shit, that thing fills quick. Yeah, she only does 40,000. And yes, I know my combine's full. Well, she struggles when it's full. And this would be like 2%. 1%. I can't remember what we've all hauled here so far. I can't remember what function is it. F5? No. Okay, controls is that one. Okay, it's not the function keys. I missed my mini-map. Bottom left corner. Actually, it might be. No, that's Shift A. Okay. H is nearly full. Oh, he's just right there. I think I timed that correctly. 27%. Probably all the way out the other end. It's Alt Shift. That's just my English keyboard, okay. I know it's a function, but I can't remember what the frickin' thing is. Okay. So he's off and running. He's 88%. We could probably do another one. Especially since this thing turns so frickin' sharp. So 587, and that was 40,000. We have a lot of frickin' trucking to do if that's the case. Okay, the 40,000. Plus side, she fills quick. And off we go. Okay. Hauling spuds from my terminal over. By the way, the potatoes are so heavy in the back of this cart, it's pushing this poor little JCB around. This isn't what you call a very good tractor. I mean, it goes like stink for a tractor sense. The garlic is kicking my ass. Okay. Just on the other end. There's that 2% I figured it would be of hauling. I know I need to do at least 10 trips, well, 12 trips. 12 more trips with that stupid little cart and JCB. So that's 24%. Yay. I know he's getting probably close. And he is full, but oh, son of a bitch, he's just right there. Okie dokie, JCB time. I know he's close, but JCB time. Exactly 80%. Yep. Thing is moving. I don't think I leveled that real well. Taters, yes please, sir. That's feeling weird. Well, that's the very back of the... I'll turn it on. I do Control C. Okay, we'll turn the camera on for the back. That's what we're gonna do. That's all-wheel steering. I mean, it's good, but she pushes you around, man. Mind you, that is 40,000 liters of spuds in the back of this thing. A lot of freaking spuds. Camera's going up. Hope you like Sky. Oh, magically 30%. Was that 29%? We only getting like 1.5% out of this load. I was hoping for more. Man, you gotta do a lot of friggin' trips with this thing. Meanwhile, the train's hauling like, 500,000 a friggin' trip. I did believe my one game just went da 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 da. As annoying as it is. Yep, Spud Boy. He's even bigger Spud Boy than the other one. Oh, there he is. I may actually grab the train and I may actually switch it out. Do my switching. Move my flat deck trailer over and move my my big locomotive over. He's off and running. And I could. I'll do the quick switching. I just need to figure out how to build a path or something that I could load stuff on. This is still a tight corner down here, so I gotta be careful of this one. Like, don't power through this one too fast. Alright, so I should be clear of the switch. Okay, switch that one. Switch that one. Hopefully this thing turns tight enough. She's pretty tight. Oh, fucking hell. Pretty tight as the engine is off. Okay, that's on. That's off. Okay, I think you're back on, aren't you? Yeah. It's hard to say, but I think it's still on. Very difficult. Alright, now though, it's doing fine. Okay, I'm just gonna park him here. Okay, so the only time the big guy is gonna come out now is when. Okay, this guy's fine. That switch is fine. I'll switch this guy back over. And this guy should still be. Yep, straight. Okay. The only time I'll actually pull this guy back out of the barn. It's not really a barn. Right, I got the change direction. The only time I'm actually gonna change this guy's out is the switcher will do this, and then he'll put it back basically in the yard. Actually, probably what I should do. Hang on. No, that's fine. I can basically push those cars straight down here, bring him back out and hook back in. That works. Just like doing railway. Alright, let's back up and see how tight this radius is. I think for the most part it's pretty good up until about here. Well, the big one did alright. Okay, real refuel, that'll cost a pretty penny. And it's fine. And yes, I'm aware that I can only go so far. Now I gotta switch this guy. Alright, leaving the yard. Back to the main line. Hopefully he stays on the rails. A little bit of roll over there, but not bad. I mean, for the most part, my railway does actually work. Looks really cool having a couple locomotives in a frickin' yard, though. There we go. Alright. Everyone is probably full. Again. Everybody wants so much of me. But yeah, no, it's coming. The railway actually, I think, in the end, will speed up everything. The fact that I don't have to make the long haul for 120,000 liters or so, or 100,000 liters, is huge. It's freaking huge. I'm desperately gonna have to do a truckload here. We know he's full. He's offloading. I knew you had to be close. He's got almost 58,000 in him. It's time to haul it. Definitely need to haul it. And then, after I do this truckload, I'm thinking that'll be it for tonight. I may do another stream of Farming Sim tomorrow night. We'll see. Depends on a few aspects of how things go. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. And I also do appreciate everyone on X that likes the stream titles and all that. You guys' help with the extra support and the extra advertising is huge. I really do appreciate everyone doing that for me. And best part is I've never asked you to, but you do it anyways, and it's honestly huge. And I always wanted to say it, and I keep forgetting to say it, but I really do appreciate everyone and everyone's support. And like I said, especially the guys on X. You've been great about always trying to promote my stream links. So, kudos to you. Oh, I might have enough frickin' soy grum here to do 2 truckloads. That big frickin' auger doesn't take long for her to fill up. But yeah, I think this is a good opportunity and a point to stop for the night. Like I said before, I do appreciate everyone coming and watching. And if you guys are new here, or you've been around for a while, it's just not been around for a while and not subscribed yet. The tongue twister. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. On the YouTube side, it's below the video. And the house girl in the bottom right corner. He's sort of half there, but not really there, but he's there. Yeah. He figures himself to be a conductor of the railway. Well, it's not very much of a railway, but he figures that he is CEO and he should make all the money and all the profit as hauled on his railway. I think he's a lunatic and an idiot, so, I mean, if you do see him hiding in that corner there, smack him upside the head and push that button for me. And then also hit over to Kick. Kick has been a fantastic community and great support and everything through probably one of the darkest moments of my life. Everyone came to and all really helped me out of a bind and everything else, especially when my mom passed away. So I do appreciate everyone on there. So if anyone feels the need or wants to, go over there and hit the subscribe button and the follow button as well. We do have goals. They're in the description below. And appreciate everyone greatly. And we will see everyone on the next stream. Take care, and thank you for watching.